Well, it's the rematch that's been circled on the calendar for 11 months now. Welcome into sports. I'm Cole Johnson. In 2022, the Imperial Valley was granted with the unveiling of a classic matchup on the softball diamond. Calexico and Holtville, a pair that went toe-to-toe until the final out of the CIF Division III title game, where the Bulldogs came out on top. But now we're in a new chapter. Tonight marking the first game of a three-game set to chase down that IVL crown. So here we go. Out to Holtville, the Lady Vikings, so far perfect in IVL play. Taking on Jennifer Lopez's Bulldogs, trying to bounce back from a losing streak, including a loss to Brawley on Tuesday. Cameron Walker coming to the plate to lead off the bottom half of the first, and she gets the party started with a liner through the right side for a base hit. Just a foreshadow of her night. Then she would make something happen on the base path. Watch this, an attempted bunt miss. Walker takes off for second, then has the presence of mind to take the open bag at third, slips in just ahead of the tag. She's pumped up, folks, as she should be. And just when he thought that was enough, Demi Johnston gets the bunt down. Watch Walker just playing tag with the Calexico defense, making them make a move. Johnston keeps running, and look at Walker slip the tag. She gets in safely. Unbelievable. The Vikings take the lead just like that. It's 1-0. She gets the little chain there, a little swag as well. Later in the inning, Caitlin Haven sticks the bat head out, pokes it in the center field. That's through for a base hit. Callie Strom makes her way around to score. Vikings go up 2-0. Later on, it's Walker up again with 2 on, and she ropes this down the line, and that's through. Melissa Lopez comes around to score. Walker having a day as the Vikings would take a 4-0 lead into the fourth. The Bulldogs get one back in the fourth, and now threatening with the bases loaded in the fifth. Jacqueline Martinez squibs this towards seconds, and in between her, tough play. Brooke Strom can't handle it. Calexico cuts the deficit in half, and they're getting rowdy. It's a 4-2 game, but after a big strikeout, Strom gets Victoria Vallejo to bounce it back. Look at the snag on the first to end the inning and escape with the lead. In the end, the Vikings would tack on 2 more and go on to win 6-2 the final. They improved to 3-0 in IVL play. They play 2 more times, so look out. Now we go right next door to the baseball diamond. Jared Martin and the Central Spartans trying to avoid the sweep against the Vikings as Bruce Biscaglia takes the mound. Top 1 Spartans threatening with 2 runners on, but Biscaglia gets Ralph Salem to bounce out to short. Raul Sierra there to field and toss to second to get to the end of the inning and escape it. And on to the bottom half. How about a little Deion Johnston ripping this pitch down the line and fair. He's going to scoot around for a stand-up double to put the Vikings in business later in the inning. And Sierra at the plate sits back at an outside breaking ball, pokes it out to right for a base hit as Johnston comes around to score. The Vikes get on the board 1-0. Second inning now. Look at the arm on Nick Pacheco behind the dish on a dime to Sierra to make the tag and catch Seth Johnson stealing to end the inning. Another pitcher's duel that Biscaglia would go on to win over Nico Viesca once again. 3-2 the final for Holtville as they get out to a 3-0 start in Desert League play, just like the ladies. Now to the Arizona side of the diamond. Alejandro Venegas and the San Luis Sidewinders throwing up the love with Anthony Clayton and the Cibola Raiders in town. Sidewinders clinch the region title with a win today. Now bottom 1 runners on second and third. Ernesto Ochoa rips this pitch on a line down the left field line. Ernesto Vizcarra and Jesus Buzani come around to put the Sidewinders on the board. Next batter, Cesar Chavera gets a hold of this one deep in the air to right, and that is down to the wall. Ochoa comes in as they trade places. It's now 3-0, and with Venegas at the plate, and look, it gets that down the left and keeps on bouncing past the left fielder. Run comes in to score there, and Venegas is chugging his way into third. He would hit another RBI double later in the same inning as St. Louis drops an 11 spot in the first. And now Venegas taking the hill with a comfortable lead and 2 hits under his belt, and here he gets the strikeout swinging, and then moments later gets the chopper here over towards second. Vizcarra makes the play on the run to end the inning. The Sidewinders roll to a big 21-1 win, taking home the 6A Desert Southwest Region title. They'll wait and see if they can get into 6A state playoffs. Enter the day at number 20. Now to Dean Stout Ballpark, Kofa. The Kings looking to clinch at least a share of the 5A Central Valley region as they welcome the Yunker Rough Riders into town. Fast forward to the bottom of the 7th. Kofa down 3-2. Sebastian Villegas with 2 outs. Runners on first and second. He pops it up, but that falls in. into no man's land as Walter Gallegos comes in to score, and we are tied. We are now tied in this one. We're going to keep going in this one. There's a walk. There is a walk, and now Kofa up here with just in the bottom of the 7th. That ball is poked, it's fielded, and thrown on. And this one, sorry about that. And now 2 on for Kofa Kings here as they're trying to walk this thing off, and that ball is lined in the left center field and down for a base hit. In comes the winning run. Kofa walks it off as they now get a share of that Central Valley Region title with a chance to win it. Here's some thoughts after the game.
I mean, once I got to 3-1, I've been hunting the fastball inside all day, and he finally threw it, and I was able to catch up to it, drive it left center, bring in the winning run.
Just happy for them. I mean, it's all about them. They put themselves in position. Roldan did a great job of holding his ground, taking the hit by pitch. Ryan Rosa does a good job of executing a hit and run and set the table for Daniel Zazueta, who's a fantastic individual, and super happy for him.
Yeah, now the Kings will have a chance to clinch the outright Region Valley title on Monday when they'll head on the road to take on the very same Rough Riders. Look at that celebration. That game will also be the regular season finale. What a night. That's all the time we have for sports.